Witam, Mejo z tej strony. Po raz kolejny niezły początek odcinka. Fajna nuta leci. I mamy przed sobą tego kowboja. Żebym ja jeszcze pamiętał, na jakim etapie dochodzenia my tu byliśmy. Marshall, jak on się nazywał? Marshall? Jakoś tam, dobra, nieważne. Mogę mu coś pokazać? Letter of introduction. Received from Detective Gumshoe allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. O, to mu mogę pokazać. Może mi pozwoli obejrzeć auto od Ashwortha? Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, phone letters to me go right in the spittoon. Nie pamiętam, jaki głos miał wcześniej. No dlaczego tam jest coś przekreślone na tej kopercie? Interesujące. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cowdog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Czyli często popełnia pomyłki, tak? Guess I'd better let you in then. Oh, thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me... Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny, let's have a hootenanny. Cokolwiek to znaczy. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Masz coś nowego do powiedzenia teraz? O, teraz tak. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman, he was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stopped here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr, smiling Madonna, okay? One stop to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report added to the court record, okay? Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Czyli mógł umrzeć pomiędzy 4 a wpół do 6, tak naprawdę. Niekoniecznie o 5:15. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there is no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the police, with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Marshal. I don't mean any offense, but... Officer Marshal, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowduck that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? What is it? Przepraszam. That cowdog's been kicked out of this cateran by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. No tak, bo jest powiązany z... Edgeworthem, to już jest w sumie druga sprawa. Okej. Zobaczmy w takim razie, co my tu mamy. Telefon? This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belongs to the victim. Belonged. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Check it out. Right, let's check it out. No, gra to robi za mnie, dziękuję. No. Znowu. Naprawdę muszę w końcu kupić sobie nowy pad, bo zaczyna mnie to już wkurwiać. Dobra. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know? Okay. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess stuff. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Przycisk z lewej strony. O, otworzył się dzięki temu, tak? This phone's still on the red dial screen. Red dial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like red dial. Oh, I'm sorry. It just, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone. Okay, czyli mogę wybrać niebieski przycisk i wygląda na to, że tylko tyle. Okej. God damn it. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushed the button. Beep. Jaka nuta. Czyżby zaczął dzwonić właśnie ten telefon? That song, I know that. Dalej leci ta nuta. Hey, what's going on over there? Beep. Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is it, anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Who is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky.
What? It's my sister's.
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this.
Who did she call?
No idea, sorry partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was my phone.
What? Your phone?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone, a wrong number.
I hope you are not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner.
Czy za coś cię nie zastrzelą w Teksasie?
I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman.
Cell phone added to the court record. No i wracamy do muzyki z Dzikiego Zachodu. Property of Lana Sky, last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Zaraz, 5:18? Okej. Co to jest za dowód numer 1? This rope, is it? Yep. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body. Czyli tak tą liną zaznaczyli jakby w jakiej pozycji znaleźli ciało, okej? So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the triangle on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Zaraz, jest 1 i jest 3. Gdzie jest 2? O? This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the log on the truck is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Numer A, tak? A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. Co? I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. B block is through there, and that's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design of the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. Czyli krowa je... świnie. Doesn't that strike you a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. O, mogę zajrzeć też do wnętrza? Może tam będzie numerek 2? What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 6,75, 12 przez 2. Good man u góry. Look, something's written on it. You're right, let's see. O, to jest 7S? Ja myślałem, że to jest 75. You're right, let's see. 6, 7S. 12 divided by 2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasons go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. Victim's memo found in the car truck. Coś jeszcze tu mogę zbadać? Wygląda na to, że nie. Okej. No. Co mi powiesz o Lanie Sky? So there is no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister?
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prosecutor tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambino. Many condolences.
Czemu nagle muzyka przestała grać? Officer Marshall.
Yeah, Bambino?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambino. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prosecutor's office.
Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere.
Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now.
Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean?
He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable that is until he meet you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits, untouchable, you might say.
One person? Who?
Co jest, kurde? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambino. Chief Prosecutor Lana.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't wrestle those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals.
Well, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case?
Did
They target him because he was closest to Edgeworth. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lena is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Is the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court records. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. A detective is murdered and the suspect is a top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued. Tak, zróbmy save'a. O! Pierwszy dzień przesłuchania, czy tam rozprawy. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. No? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspect of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. Mia always believed in her client. And that is? You're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
Pup, 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 pup.
Metronom sobie w tle leci. My first trial without a fae helping me. No, prawda. No one's going to bail me out this time. O, a może? I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole time, the whole way. Jej, godzina 10. Sala rozpraw numer 9?
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Cholerny święty Mikołaj jako... jako sędzia. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Ashworth. Wspomnienia z poprzedniej sprawy? It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her... She will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The Kafab Queen.
Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? Fingerprint? The fuck? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the hell does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? Ah, the name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up!
Very well, Mr. Edward. As you know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Mr. Starr was a detective?
Ah! I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen, Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. See? Oho, zaczynamy tracić klatki. Nieciekawie. Okej, wygląda na to, że się uspokoiło.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided in 2 blocks. A block for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's space, yes? O, to był sędzia, przepraszam. The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this violent witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans, okay?
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush that little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Mr. Starr.
Wait, are they talking about me? Nie, wcale nie. Witness account, okay? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Czyli pora przycisnąć ją na każdym wypowiedzianym zdaniu. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uniformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And that I haven't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr.
This boyfriend is a detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Ma trzech jednocześnie. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches first.
Not to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block.
Chwila! Ale ona mówiła, że widziała tą lanę przez tą siatkę, tak? A była dostarczyć lunch swojemu chłopakowi, który siedzi w stróżówce, który jest w innym bloku. Coś mi się tu nie zgadza.
It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Okay. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how do you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Me too, Judge, me too. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy, with experience on the streets, a greenhorn.
Then it must be a hard yellow and sharp as a truck.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there is in the lot I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By garnish car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes?
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was. Rubber. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no farther than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even when we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Nitpick?
Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo. Zaczynasz gadać jak Edgeworth. You're a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are owned.
A photograph! You took this!
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera.
Co? Aha. Znowu tracimy klatki. Pięknie. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photographic division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
The moment of crime as photographed by Angel Starr. Okay. That is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So, what was the defendant doing at the time?
Okay. Ale na zdjęciu ona mówi, że widziała moment, w którym Lana dźgnęła tego całego Goodmana. Ale na zdjęciu, które zrobiła, nie widać Goodmana, widać tylko Lanę, która stoi w płaszczu Goodmana. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad, surprise it. Egg salad surprise, okay? You can testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her rise at the knife to strike, no?
The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutors brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You say that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is it it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having a panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Chwila, w zdjęciu, które ona nam pokazała, ona nie trzyma żadnego noża i nie ma nigdzie Goodmana. Jest tylko, ona ma tylko na sobie zakrwawiony płaszcz. Więc spróbujmy pokazać jej zdjęcie przeciwko niej. Tylko najpierw zrobimy save'a. A, muzyka zgasła. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I have already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swill ranch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? And where is Goodman?
Mr. Ashworth, your thoughts?
Objection. Objection. What the fuck? That had to be the weakest objection ever, Ashworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Ashworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph.
Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Wszyscy go, kurde, on się musi czuć okropnie. Wszyscy po nim jeżdżą. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection! Yep. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in his testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in the photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Wow! Rubble, rubble, rubble.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to the murder, is the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. A to znowu, że to tylko płytka rana. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You say that before anything else? Ah, okay. Okej, co ja jej mogę pokazać? Co my tu mamy? Name and an ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID jakieś tam. O tym też już gadaliśmy. One knife wound died within an hour and a half. Parking lot floor plans. Chwila, slide? Aha, okej. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely owned detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Garnish. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Okej. Kolejny save. I będziemy próbować wszystkiego po kolei w takim razie, bo nie mam pojęcia, co tutaj mam pokazać i gdzie. Które z tych zdań zawiera nieprawdę? Mamy zdjęcie, mamy mapę tego parkingu, mamy telefon. Goodman's Note. Nie wiem, czemu mamy Blue Badgera. Piąta 12, okej. O tej przyjechał Edgeworth. No Prince, bo nosiła rękawiczki niby, tak? Through the wire fence, I saw a chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Telefon mam tu pokazać? Nie wiem. Nie. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow.
It clearly contradicts the, I thought...
You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Wright. Objection overruled.
Kurde. Nic, będziemy próbować wszystkiego. Jak mi się skończą szansy, to po prostu wczytam grę. Mogę wczytać, prawda? Mogę. Nie chciałem przewijać. To nic nie wnosi. Okej, czyli muszę wczytać. Dobrze, że zrobiłem save'a. To na pewno nie będzie miało żadnego znaczenia. Parking stub? Też nie. Nóż miałem pokazać? Z jakiego powodu? Niech ktoś mi wyjaśni, dlaczego, nie wiem, pokazać tutaj nóż. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know? There's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in the Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Rubble, rubble, rubble. What's with this case? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, aren't prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provides an accurate testimony. What's that, Ricky? In your testimony, you stated that Lena Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Okej? Może to ma jakiś sens? Nie wpadłem na to. Order, order, order. Natomiast dokończymy tą sprawę w następnym odcinku. Rozprawę. Bye bye.